Rani, it's so good to sit down with you again.
Thank you.
I have missed you.
I missed you too.
No, really. And you know, I have been thinking about the unique position that you're in now. Okay, nothing left to prove. We all know you're an amazing actor. You are doing roles that you love. It's no longer about the numbers game, the box office. So tell me, are you even more fearless now? Because even way back then, you were taking some pretty nutty projects on. I mean, when I saw Aya, I was like, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you more fearless?
I think being fearless is in my blood. Fearlessness kind of defines me in more ways than one. It's not only my choice of films, but I think normally whatever I've done in life, having a baby at a little older age also is quite a fearless decision. But yeah, I think it's important to be true to oneself as an actor. When you do films for different reasons, there are, at different stages of your career, as an actor, you choose films depending on what your priority is at that point of time. Whether it is to do the A-list films, or whether it is to work with a certain actor, or the decision of doing a film where your role isn't that great enough, but you want to be part of a film because you want to work with the director. So there are different reasons why a person or an actor does a film at a certain point of time. And then there comes a time where you suddenly come into a position where you can choose. And you can choose not because you'll have better box office positioning, or you're cast opposite an A-list actor, but it's because your heart somewhere feels that you want to play a particular character. And you want to bring out those ethos on screen, or you want to play the character because you want to give a certain kind of social message out through the character, through the film, and something connects. From the beginning of my career, obviously those were choices that I didn't make.
I know your mom was selecting your script.
Yes, so they were more responsible for the films that I did. And at that time, I think I was pretty young. I wasn't really interested in becoming a Hindi movie heroine, or for that reason I never in my childhood dreamt that, oh, I'm going to be a movie star. It was never my
some goal.
It was never a goal. It was never somewhere in the in my mind as a teenager or as a child. Though I had films and film people around me, but it was never something that I wanted to do consciously. Probably it was there subconsciously that I didn't know, because I couldn't have been able to do it for so long if I really didn't want to do it. So somewhere I think subconsciously it was there, but I never probably had the courage to say it upfront from my own mouth that I wanted to be it, and probably my mom realized it and she kind of coaxed me or pushed me. So yes, in the beginning of the career I did certain films where some films obviously I didn't enjoy doing, and that's when I realized as an artist, as an actor, that we actors have a huge responsibility towards our fans. It's just not about what I want to do single-handedly. It's also the fact that there are so many millions of people out there who love you for the work that you do on screen, and they want you to do well, and they want you to do something different.
But Rani, so how do you know what they like? How would you know now what they want you to do?
So it's not about what they want me to do. They want me to do something substantial.
Always. Always, because you're an actor.
Exactly. So at that time when I used to get fan mails, because obviously social media wasn't relevant at that point of time, it had not been born as yet. So we used to get fan mails, like in terms of letters. So in those fan mails, the ones that I read, I used to keep like reading them, and they used to be like, we love you so much, but Rani, do a role which, kind of makes us more proud as Rani fans. We want you to do this, we want you to do that. And then I realized that, there's a lot more than just putting on makeup and doing your hair and going out there and, just saying few lines and being part of a film. It's more about the connection, the characters that you play, that fans want to connect with. So what I decided is that let me do films that I want to see. Let me do characters which I think I would want to see on screen, or an actor do it, or something that would make a difference in my life, or something that would teach me something, or it would make me realize something more than what I'm going through. And I think that's when the transformation happened, where I became completely fearless. So I just sat at home for 8 months without any work, and at that time not having work for 8 months was seen like you're completely finished or completely over, because at that time every actor was doing some 7-8 films together, and you were like busy every day of your life. And I just took this decision that no, I'm not going to work. I'm going to sit at home till I don't get the right film, till I don't feel it in my heart that I want to do a particular script. And that's when Satya happened. And I think it's from Satya when I really realized that the power of a good script or the power of a good character can make you as an actor feel like going to work every day. So it's important to feel like going to work every day, and it's important that, oh my God, I'm going to do that scene tomorrow. Or, this scene I really love in the script, and, I'm shooting that scene tomorrow. So it's the excitement, the excitement that keeps you going. And of course, at the end of the day, you don't know what the audience wants. There are some films that, you like because you do them, and then you suddenly realize that, oh, the audience hasn't accepted it. So of course, there is always going to be that risk factor that what you choose to do and what you like to do might not be liked by an audience, or what you simply love to do, and that also translates into people loving that.
So right now, at this point, all choices will be driven purely by the heart.
Yes.
Completely.
It like always has to be there, because if your heart is in the right role, that role can be just fantastic, because every second of the part that you play in the film, there is something of you personally that comes into that character, and that shines through. But now I think, having seen life, having gone through a lot of emotions in my life, the two biggest ones being in the recent is my dad passing away. That pain, I think, is something which in the past I've acted out in films, never knew the gravity of how strong that pain is, and the vacuum that it leaves you with, especially my dad, who I was very close to. So it's a kind of pain which, in our very crude film language, you would say that you can take that pain and use it in your work. It'll help you in performing so many other characters where you have to portray pain in a certain way.
You know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is, because I've just been through it, and it's something that you can't explain. It's just a very irreplaceable feeling, and that vacuum, I think, will remain with me forever. And of course, giving birth to my child, so that happiness and the sadness, I've just been through
Two extremes.
Two extremes in like the last 2 years, and I know what true happiness is now, and I know what true sadness is, in a very strange way.
But Rani, you said that the birth of your daughter really just has changed you as a person. Has it also changed you as an actor? When you went on the set and she was about a year old.
Yeah, year and a half.
Year and a half old. Did you find yourself doing things differently?
Yes, I just gave my shots really quickly.
You're just the most efficient actor on the planet.
Yeah. And I'll do it to the best of my ability, so my director's like satisfied,
Wow.
So
one take actor.
Bas, wo ho jayega bas. So I used to I think I became more focused, I guess. It was just for the better.
I watched a conversation you did with Anushka Sharma.
Yeah.
And you were telling her about how you watched her screen test for Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi, and how you thought she was an amazing actor. And I was just thinking that you now have the ear of one of the most powerful men in this industry. You could literally make or break careers. I mean, you could have seen that screen test and said, "Nahi yaar, not really." So are people afraid of you?
No, I don't think so. I think today I don't think nobody is scared of anybody. I think it's an industry where you are given an opportunity for your talent, for your merit. And I think if you are talented and if you have the merit, I think you can just go places. And I don't think anybody can get so influenced by a particular opinion of sorts.
He's not influenced by yours?
I would not say he is or he's not, but I think he's very sure about what he understands. I think for him it's very important that if there is a particular actor who makes an impression, that person is on. But of course, when you're launching somebody new, you want opinions, you want to know, what one is feeling. But I think it's more, I think he goes with what his instincts are mostly.
Rani, I was one of the few people who loved Befikre. but most other people didn't. And I was just thinking, it's the
That
first
makes
time.
the two of us, because I loved
Did
it.
you love it?
I loved it too.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Because
I loved it.
I've been trolled incessantly for like a year now, you know, about how did you like it? And I was like, listen, I had the best time. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So tell me though, it occurred to me that that's probably the first time Adi has seen failure. Was that hard?
Of course. I think for like anybody to see failure after a string of successes would always be hard. But I think the best part about Adi is that he's one of the most positive human beings that I have known. You know, if I just take away the fact that I'm married to him and he's my husband and he's the love of my life, if I take all that away, I think as a professional, I respect him a lot, completely for the fact that I think he's very clear. And he's one of the most positive people that I've met in the industry. And that's why I respect him. And not only his own failure, when people in his company fail, he's the first man to stand behind them and give them a second chance. Not really getting perturbed by the failure that they might have had. Otherwise, probably a Victor would not have made a Dhoom 3 after Tashan. You know, or a Kunal Kohli wouldn't have made Hum Tum after say Mujhse Dosti Karoge. So I think he gives opportunity to people. He goes with the faith. Like, you know, Manish wouldn't be producing films today.
Manish Sharma, you're talking about.
Sharma.
Yeah,
So I think he backs people for their talent, for the fact that he believes in them, he believes in their talent. And I think that's a great quality, because in our industry, people squirm away from failure. People run away from people who are not successful. You know, it's like they say, na, charte suraj ko salam. So whoever is successful, you run behind them. And once they see a bad Friday, you're like running away from them. And suddenly, the most beautiful person turns into the most ugly person. And the most talented person becomes like, what was he thinking?
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
So
It's instant.
It's like instant. It's like instant coffee. So you like have an instant opinion on a person because the person has failed. And I think Adi is that one person who is not that. And he believes in them. And I think that's a great quality to have for a leader, because he's leading his team, he's leading his production house. And I think if you have that quality, it's like hats off. And I really respect him for that.
Rani, you talked about the fan mail. You know, in that conversation with Anushka, you also talked about how people wrote back then. They wrote letters because they loved you. Right? Nobody writes a letter of hate. Like, itna time kiske paas hai?
Kiske paas hai? And to put a stamp and put money, you know, and send it across. And you won't write hate mails with your blood.
Correct.
You'll only write mails that you love with your blood.
Right.
Yeah.
But now, and you said in that conversation that now those mails of love has actually become hate, because they've it's all social media.
And you're and you're accessible.
You're accessible. And it's all on social media, and it's very easy. You're anonymous. It's very easy to write something nasty to somebody. And you know, actors are actually getting depressed because of what's
very sad.
Yeah, I was like, well, how do you sort of see all of this?
Because I'm not on social media.
Yeah, you're not. You've chosen not to be on it.
I've chosen not to, because I don't think I'm capable of doing that. I don't think I'm capable of posting my personal images or of my family's. Yes, of course, my images are all out there and people have the right to comment on it. But I wouldn't be comfortable, you know, posting a picture of my daughter, or posting a picture of me just sitting in my house and just saying that, oh, I'm having a chill time right now. And I don't know how it works. Or just being on a road trip or being on the flight and saying, oh, taking a flight. I just can't do these things. No, I know it's very popular and people love doing that. And it's great.
Messed up my finger.
Yeah, I just messed up my finger today and I had like a pool of blood around me and I kind of fainted. So I can't do those things. Yeah, I can't do those things. And it's great that people do it, and like, you know, hats off to them, because I think there are a lot of advantages to that also. Like, you get a lot of mileage through it. But of course, then if you are getting the mileage, then I think you have to be ready for the
not so happy stuff.
Disadvantage as well. Through social media, I just feel that people are just complaining too much. यार उसने airport पे अच्छे कपड़े नहीं पहने. यार उसने यहाँ पे ना ये जूते अच्छे नहीं पहने. अरे ये हो गया, अरे वो हो गया. अरे why are you all complaining so much? Just let it be, yaar. Just flow with love. Just give love. Just be a little more loving. Be less complaining.
You know, I was talking to Kajol and she was saying that what she misses about the earlier days is this whole sort of that very informal camaraderie that people in the film industry had, when you could walk onto each other's sets, when there were fewer managers, not so many publicists. Do you have that sense of sort of nostalgia for those days?
No, because I think that with each passing year, you have to evolve, and I think cinema evolves. I think circumstances evolve, situations like evolve. I think today actors are gifted with a great team, which probably we didn't have.
So you like the fact that there is now all of them?
I think it's great because it's important. I think even today people can walk into each other's set if you have a great friendship going. I don't think that's stopping anybody from visiting each other's set. But I just think that everything is so much more professional. You have people looking after you. Like we didn't have people pampering us. That what do you have? Like there's a full comedy that people do about baby ko juice la do. And people always had this thing about actresses' mothers. But today I feel more than actresses' mothers, who would actually probably give them a dose of reality still, because the person is your child. Today you have people who are just not giving you that dose of reality because you're surrounded with people who are just telling you that you're great.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah. Are there directors who you really want to work with?
Yeah, of course. There are so many directors.
Yes.
Firstly, I would love to work with my husband, and I don't think he wants to work with me.
Arey, why?
He just feels that on the first day of set, we might just have like a fight, and I'll walk out and he'll walk out, and there'll be no film. I've had the chance to work with great people, great directors.
Yeah.
So I want to repeat that. I would love to work with Karan again. I would love to work with Bansali again. I would love to work with Mani sir again. Raju Hirani, of course. From the current lot, I love Imtiaz. I love Zoya. I unfortunately couldn't do her first film. But I like the energy she brings in a film.
And Rani, what do you see for yourself? Is it going to be the one-off film like Hichki when you see a script that's great? Or is there a design that I want to do at least one film a year?
I would like to do one film a year. But again, I just don't want to do a film because that's the only film that's offered to me in that year. So I don't want it to be like that. I want to do a film which I want to do, which kind of gives me a kick, not an actual kick, but just a kind of a high,
yeah.
In terms of, I want to play this character. I want to do this. I want to do this character differently. I want to show my fans a different aspect of me. And that's a challenge always, just the ability to keep challenging yourself with a character. I think that keeps me going as an actor. So yes, of course, I would like to do one film a year, but if I don't get an opportunity or a script like that offered to me in that year, I might not do it.
But these are good times for female actors. I mean,
yeah, but they also should want me to be in their film, no? I can't just go to them and say, "Arey, chalo, mere saath film banao." ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है. They also
मैं आ चुकी हूँ.
So it's a two-way process. You have to have somebody want to work with you. Should be excited to work with you, because for me that's where I get my horsepower, as you say, that if a director is really excited to work with me or he wants to work with me, and I want to prove to him, because for an actor the first acceptance starts from the director, because when you finish a shot you look at the director like a baby, how a child looks at the mother.
Yeah.
So we want to look at the director and say that, is it okay? Is it okay? Is it fine? And when he approves and you're like, great. So at that point of time, you're not really thinking of the audience. You think of the audience only when the film is, finished and it's ready for release. But for an actor on set, we don't really think that, if we do this, what will the audience think or feel? We are more interested in what the director feels at that point of time.
Well, can't wait to see you on screen.
Thank you, Anupama.
Thank you so much.